Okay, we're recording, but I haven't told Kathy yet.
Oh, God.
So she's
That was so bad.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all?
Hello. We're back.
Kathy, how you doing today?
I'm still laughing.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay, the camera angle is such that, back there looks kind of clean, doesn't it?
It's not.
Wait till you see this hot mess we have in front of us. Now, we probably should back up and say, hi, this is Kathy.
Yes, this is Kathy.
And I'm Molly. Together we're known as Linen and Scraps.
Yep.
And this is Flosstube number.
Are we on 4? 5?
Well, do you count the tutorial? I'm going to say it's 5.
Well, then it's 6 because we had to redo one.
Oh, well, no. Anyways, Flosstube number 5 today. And we're so excited. We have a lot of stuff to show y'all
We
that
do.
we think you'll enjoy. And it is a mixture of things that, from the sublime to the ridiculous. Some fun stuff and all. Okay, Miss Kathy, do you want to go first? Her stuff she brought over. I have to figure out how to keep it.
So I did bring over a few things to show and share. I like the show and share.
Show and
portion
share.
Of our
Okay.
show. But I do have a fully finished and framed. Maybe we need an FFFF, fully finished and framed. I don't know.
I'm going to be happy if I have an F,
So, as you all know, last time I was working on the red and green carnation sampler. Sorry for the glare. Let me bend it down here a little bit. And I did finish this. This is by Samplers Remembered. And it is on Cocoa, Weeks Cocoa, 35 or
Hold on
36
just a
pounds.
second.
Yeah, can you?
Okay, let me do that so that you can see Kathy while she's talking. Okay.
And that is one thread stitched over 2. And I actually did add in one additional red color. I added in Buckeye Scarlet to give it a little bit of punch up there at the top. Otherwise, I felt it was just a little bit too calm for me on the stitching. This was an old antique frame that I refurbished. It's not wobbly, Molly.
Not anymore.
No. So we got that together over the weekend, and I did have to, I didn't have to, but because I do like my samplers very, very close to that rabbit, to that frame edge there, I did add on, I don't know if you can see the checkered,
that's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Kathy, don't let me bump you. But
No, you're good. I
Can y'all
added
see
on
the
the
top?
checkered image just to expand it a little bit, and plus I did like the little bead that the frame had on itself.
Oh my gosh.
So red and green carnation sampler. I don't know that it was meant to be a Christmas sampler, and I more than likely will leave this one up because, well, it's new, so you got to have something new, you know.
But it does look like Christmas.
Yeah,
now
it
that
does
you said
look like
that.
Christmas.
Carnations.
And I just thought it was a nice sampler, even for all year. Now, this did come with a pattern for a tiny Christmas needle roll that I may down the road do, but I really truly bought the pattern because of the sampler itself. So that is Samplers Not Forgotten. Nope, I'm lying. Samplers Remembered, Linda Danielson. And I did get my supplies out of the attic, which I'm getting to go to the attic soon. I can't wait. So that's a completely done one.
Okay.
Completely done.
You notice she wouldn't let me take it out of her hands.
Oh, no, I would.
Okay.
She can touch
What
it.
do you have next?
Well, that's my completely finished.
Okay.
What I did bring over, and I did talk to Jean out at the attic a little bit, and I did bring one of her favorite samplers with. This was a Hands Across the Sea sampler that I stitched during COVID for Nicola, and she kind of gave me free reign to use colors as I felt. And it was one of those things where you use stuff from your stash. Because who got anything? Who could get anything?
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't get fabric, couldn't get thread. If you got a phone call into somewhere, you were pretty lucky. So this was a sampler, like I said, she gave me free reign to do some stitching, get a little creative with. I added the verse, the tiny, tiny verse over 1. And I'll have to read it to you because off the top of my head I can't remember what it was. But this is a Hands Across the Sea design. Nicola stitched this. If I'm not mistaken, I believe she stitched this for her husband. I used colors completely from my stash. So there's no way to reproduce it unless you had the sampler in hand to match colors with. But truthfully, I used bits and pieces. I finished up some skeins that was there and finished it off. I did add, let me read the verse here. Love the little, there was a biblical verse, if I'm not mistaken, let all that you do be done in love. And this, of course, was Nicola's, thy love divine that made me thine shall keep me thine forever. And I think she stitched that for an anniversary. So I love this part here on the bottom. This it's just a beautiful, beautiful design there on the bottom. This is available through Hands Across the Sea, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, y'all are going to have to check, but I think this is available as a PDF. You can always reach out to Nicola at Hands Across the Sea, and she can tell you.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you're talking loud enough. I don't know.
Oh, she can tell you that.
She's getting more comfortable.
She can tell you that. Yeah, I know. As I slouch in the chair. And, so, Hands Across the Sea, the Love Divine Virtue Sampler. And she will tell you that you can have free reign. I think a lot of she does offer the colors that she designed hers in. I actually too added, you can see up here, turn it right. I added little hearts every now and again to the border. I did not include the big hearts. I'm not a real big fan of big hearts on a sampler. But I did add a heart every now and again in the border itself.
So pretty. And guys, I got lucky. Kathy showed me this one a couple of months ago or something, and I was learning what thread drops were, or floss drops or whatever. And this was one of the ones I took some close-up pictures of.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I have some thread drops with
that.
this on there, and it says Kathleen Borden on my thread drops.
Yes. So yeah, that's it. And this was one that I framed myself. Had the frame, and the frame was perfect for it. So that is that one. And I did want to, our video, I did show my favorite pincushion doll, and it was not the sampler that came from Ann Wright that I had initially thought. It is actually a GPA sampler doll pincushion. So if you are looking for that exact design, the only thing that's missing then on this is I did make that Hardanger opening. Wrong way, Kathy. Wrong way.
No, it's hard to remember.
Yeah, it is. I made it bigger so that I could weave in the drapery cord. And then I did just take off of any sampler A through Z to stitch around the top of the skirt. There was a lady that asked for pretty specific instructions on how to make this doll. And I did list. My use for the actual base was a bread crumb container. Is what I use. So a breadcrumb container. Look how pretty that little girl came out, huh? So
what the heck is a breadcrumb
container that had breadcrumbs in it from the grocery store?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it's weird how you start thinking about all this stuff. We're hungry. It's lunchtime. So that is where the design came from. So hopefully that will clear that up. And
I've got to cook more often. Thanksgiving, I buy those. Okay, I know what we're talking about now. Okay.
So that's that. Do you want to go into some of your finishes?
Oh yes,
there's so because we have quite a whip parade, if you will, of the Patriotic that came from my Patriotic bedroom.
Yeah.
So
she has a Patriotic bedroom.
It
is. We've got to do a house tour at some point in our life. This is where I'm saying.
Are we close enough?
Yes, I hope so. Her work was stunning. So let me show you what I did. I showed you in one of the videos some finishes I had done that were in a frame that I turned around. But since then I watched Ivana Pfeiffer's thing of how to make flat fold little stands. So I took this and made a little flat fold, and I love it. And if you'll notice, I use yellow paper on the inside because there's a little bit of gold and yellow there. So that's one I finished. And on the back of that same, in that picture frame where I said I turned around, was a little bunnies and violets. And so I put him on paper that looks like wood. So how much easier was this? Ivana Pfeiffer, y'all probably all have known her for years. She was new to me. How have I missed that all my life? And then this one, I did use the fabric. So this is a blending of fabric and then paper on the back. And the paper could not have matched any better.
The paper just amazes me. What a great way to tie in stitching and paper. You just... Who thought it would have been out there and so easy? And most everyone we've read comments about has a stash.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is if you don't have a paper stash, I probably wouldn't go out and buy paper. I'd buy fabric. Right. But those of us who have a more than lifetime supply of paper, great way to use it. So I'm loving the blending of that. So those were my two. Going back to Valentine's and Easter. But then in addition, I had finished the little. I had talked about framing this with this fabric. Let me see if I can get this off the Wait, I've got a little ad that came up on my screen. Hold on. So this is the one that I had finished and showed you earlier.
Brenda Gervais.
Brenda Gervais, sorry. And so I did the same thing. I bought some cord to go around the edge, but this one I did use fabric that I had. And so Vanna Pfeiffer, oh my God, I've watched several of her.
She is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Learned so much from
And then
Vanna too.
I hate to call this a fully finished because I'm not tickled pink with it, but it's coming. This was the Hello Summer by Plum Street, and I had finished it earlier, showed you, and so I have framed it since then.
Look how cute that frame is.
But it's got to me, that's a hole in there, and there was nothing on the pattern or anything. I didn't take anything away, but I'm thinking I'm going to do something. Just find the perfect buttons or
the right thing.
vintage ribbon,
you right in the
something.
face, and you're going to be like, "That's perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for."
But for now, I have it sitting on a table, and I have a couple of little things in front of it that are sitting down low in front of it.
Tell everybody too how you came about this frame.
Well, I happened to be in Hobby Lobby, and if you see on the back, it was actually this piece of artwork was in this frame. So I just punched that out because it literally was hammered in with little bitty nails. So I hammered it, pulled it out, hammered it out, pushed it out, and just used that. But I think the frame was maybe $5 after the sale or something.
Cute frame
so
for that.
It is a little bit wide border, top and bottom. I'm not.
It looks great.
Not unhappy with the sides, but the top and bottom are a little.
But I think too, once she's gonna put something in here that's kind of patriotic. Whether it be, we'll figure it out. She'll find the right thing and we'll know. That's kind of how it works.
Yes, we'll just know.
I think at the end of the day, the whole beading on it and
it was a nice little frame for, like I said, I think it was $5. I think the piece of artwork was $9.99.
Very cute.
Okay,
very
cute. Those were my
fully finished.
Yes, ma'am, fully finished. Okay, back to Kathy.
Should we do whips?
Oh, that's great.
Okay, let me do a whip because we'll do our big parade here later. So I have to just kind of show y'all my Patreon. Like I said, I get my hands into so many things. This is so one of my project bags that I just literally stuffed full for today. But I made this one specifically for today's little project. What
you just made that bag?
No. I just stuffed it full though.
I'm gonna tell you.
So I came across, and I'm so excited about this new. I don't know if she's new. I shouldn't say that, but this pattern that I bought online is Sarah. Let me just remove the tag here so we
can see it.
That Sarah Plummer sampler, and it is by. If you can, let me just quickly read that on the bottom because it's not. Bridget Tolman. From the Wishing Thorn. There you go. I fell in love with this thing, and I'm like, when I see a pattern, I go for the color, I go for the design, and if it's talking to me, I'm going to stitch it. So I actually got quite a bite out of it.
And it says 2022 at the bottom.
Yeah. So here's, and I'm sorry for the hoop mark, but there's my start on it just at the one corner. I love it. I absolutely love it, and I think I have a frame too that
I'm sorry, Kathy.
Oh no, that's fine.
I'm not paying attention. I'm staring.
You're drooling on the pattern. Yeah,
I'm drooling on her fabric.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's just a lovely, lovely pattern. If you go to her site, again, this is the Wishing Thorn. She's got quite a few patterns, but this one just spoke to me. This is this is from 1759. And you can kind of see the little colonial lady there.
I was just going to show you.
It's an American sampler. I know.
Oh,
who would have thought? And I keep thinking 1759, 1776. Big day for America. So that was even before that, but yet very colonial looking. An American sampler, Sarah Plummer. I love it. The book itself is done really, really well. Like I said, it was PDF. I went and had it. I went and had that done. I had it spiral bound just for ease. But I think it's just an absolute.
That's beautiful. I love the colors.
Love the colors. And now, and I will tell you this: I am using again. I have accumulated silks over the years that, there's no partner to, or I don't have enough of one kind. I'm just using up my stuff. I decided I'm going to take this. The thing that did give me the most trouble, which I was sad yesterday when we were going to actually take this yesterday. I knew I wouldn't have enough of the brown, so I had to go back to my stash and find a brown thread that I can use, which I ended up pulling a thread that I think is going to work, and I know that I have enough of. Let me just grab my threads here really quick, show you what I ended up with. I think the threads are very pretty.
Oh,
yeah.
My goodness.
I think it's going to be very muted tones, but yet have some fun to them. And I'm just using the silks that I had in my stash, except for the brown, which, like I said, I wanted to make sure I had enough all the way around, and I'm using Gentle Art Pecan Pie for it. But the rest of it is all just from my stash.
So these are silk threads?
Those are silks, except for the pecan pie.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that pretty?
They're very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very pretty.
I like that one.
I love this pattern.
Yeah.
Love the colors.
So that's my whip.
Okay.
My only whip, because y'all know I stick to one thing and get it done. So this will be my next one to frame.
Okay.
I hope I have a frame for this one. I think I do. I think I've got one that'll work. So.
Oh gosh. Okay. So we're doing whips? And
yeah,
that was your only one? Okay.
Yeah, that is my only one. My only whip.
My only whip.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to show. I don't think I showed this yet.
But Molly's got
well, not
whips.
plenty, but
She
I've got
a lot
some.
of whips.
I'm only showing y'all a few of them today.
So cute.
Okay, this little fella, let me pull the threads out. Was from the Chronic, is that a thread brand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, website, and it's Uncle Sam, and it comes with Lady Liberty. Right now I'm just doing Uncle Sam. The only thing he's missing so far is he's got little sparklers shooting out of the side of his hat and all. But I just thought he was cute. He's easy and fast. The little Lady Liberty is
coming
darling,
up, yep.
And the pattern was free on the Chronic website. It was an easy stitch except for the DMC gold. Oh my bars, that is
yeah.
Right,
those gold metallics can
I'm not
really,
But anyway, so these were all the little fun colors. There's
really
a little
tricky
thread dropping all on it, and all. So I had fun doing him. Okay, and he's so close to finished. Now the next one I want to show you. This one is.
We need to have the claps going on.
Oh yay!
Molly got
this one was what Sweet Home, that Blackbird design. This was my first time to stitch on linen, and very probably was my last. But no, I'm kidding. But anyway, there was the pattern. It was just beautiful to me, and there it is finished. And what I liked about it is on the pattern they give you and tell you to type in your city and state. I didn't do city. But I did Texas, so Sweet Home Texas. So I'm loving that, Kathy. That was really kind of a first time
very soft and very, very pretty.
So I've got to get
very
that
soft
framed.
And very pretty.
And then the only thing, I've got about 6 things actually that I'm working on now, having a blast doing them. But the very next thing I'm starting, that I'm going to probably be monogamous on for several days, is this. I didn't know. Wait, I did it backwards. I didn't know Teresa Kogert before 5 months ago or something. Love her stuff. I just love it. Anyway, so I ordered a piece of material. This is, I officially, instead of dyeing my own, like the Uncle Sam, I dyed that fabric to have. But this is a piece of 14 count doubloon Ada. I love the feel of it after it's been washed and all, which is what I get when I dye mine. So anyway, so Teresa Kogert, that's what I'm hoping to finish next. Just love it. Okay.
The colors all pretty. And
I love them.
Yeah.
I just absolutely love them. Rich.
Yep.
Okay,
cool.
And then I
That
wasn't
might
gonna
have to find its way to my patriotic bedroom.
whatever. But anyway, not this one. Okay, and then what do you want to go to next? That's all that my needle's actually in. But I have some things I want to start in order of how I want to start.
Why don't you go ahead? You do your starts, and then I'm going to do my start. I have one start that I'm anticipating, at some point here.
Okay, because the one I'm going to show next, I have to ask you about.
Okay.
Okay, you ready, Freddie?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I went while I was at the Hobby Lobby. They have candle holders on sale. So this little beauty to me, Kathy had mentioned she went to an antique store and bought
and I should have brought it.
Candle holder that was kind of bent and vintage and just beautiful. And I thought, well, what the heck? I'll go to Hobby Lobby. This little fellow was $3.99 on sale for half, so $2. And he has to be a pincushion.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of sisters or brothers there in the store, but they're not as cute as this one. Yeah. So what I did was I bought.
What'd you buy?
Because again, my local needlework shop is Joann's or Hobby Lobby or Michael's. But anyway, so I bought some 28 count. Write that down. 28 count Carolina linen from DMC. Mm-hmm. And so I'm thinking that's going to be in there.
Pretty.
And what I've chosen to do, which Kathy laughed at me when I said this, but
did I laugh?
Yes, she laughed. Mockingly laughed at me. There's a little bird in the. Oh, I can't show you the graph, huh? Don't show the graph. Okay, well, sorry. Let me show you this way.
It was quick.
Boy, I'm sorry. See the little bird in the middle of that thing? The pretty little bird on the branch right in the middle? I want to put him on the pin cushion, but I told Kathy I can't stick a pin in a bird. That would my heart won't let me do that. So I'm probably going to just put him on there, put a few decorative pins in, and he will never be touched again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So my question is, how do you make a pin cushion?
Oh,
how much fabric? How much? What do I leave border wise?
I would leave probably a good 2 inches. I would say around this.
So this.
Plus 2 inches.
And are we doming it up much?
We're going to dome that thing up. Yep.
Okay.
I would say at least 2 inches.
Okay.
We can always cut it off. That one I'm not, when I frame, like I say, I always get down to the wire when it comes to fabric and stuff. Mm-hmm. But on something like that, we can play, and we want to make sure we have enough to play with.
And these were the, called for DMCs, which are just beautiful colors. So I'm hoping to have that.
That'll be a nice, quick little.
I think it'll be a quickie, and I'm doing 28 count. So it's going to come out looking like 14, or am I going over 1?
No, this you're going to go over 2.
I'm going to go over 2.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Now, this little tray here, this is so pretty. Can you all see how pretty inside that is with that coppery look? Are you going to leave some of that exposed, do you think? Or are you going to bring it up way up to the top?
Well, not until you mention that.
Oh.
But because
there's plenty of room with your bird. We'll have plenty of room to play with.
I just thought it was sweet. Looked vintage. Yeah. Looked antique. Lightweight little thing.
Yeah.
$2. At
really
the Hobby Lobby,
cute.
and I think it's going to be a real pretty. My first blackbird. Yeah. What was the one I just finished? Was that a blackbird? No, that was Brenda's Gervais. Okay, so this will be my first blackbird. Oh my God. Okie doke. So that was my question. Okay, your turn, madam.
Well, I have another bag that I have this embroidery machine that talks to me too. I mean, you have to use it. So I couldn't resist this thing and made that for 4th of July. So I have my 4th of July project in there, which, like I said, I'm going to be monogamous on my one. But I loved the colors of this and this and my pattern. And I should have got my pattern out. I wasn't thinking. Is of course this. I absolutely love that. And you know what?
That's my new friend.
That's Teresa.
She's so sweet in her videos.
I have my fabric. I'll let you hold that.
Oh, surely.
My fabric and my threads ready to go. And this is Liberty Gathering Gray. And the threads I actually are the called for. Although I think I may have switched up the reds on this one when I reached out to. I think I might have. I'll tell you what I got here. I have Campfire going on my red. So, yeah. Pretty.
That is very pretty.
Yeah, I like that one
very
too.
Very pretty. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm still trying. I cannot figure out how to go opposite. My instincts are telling me to go one way.
Yeah.
And the camera's telling me, nope, that's not the way. That's beautiful. She does beautiful things.
She does. I'll put that down here.
Well, so many designers do, but boy, that's pretty.
Yeah, okay. I love that one.
Okie dokie. What else you got?
I am going to have the opportunity, as I mentioned before, to get out to the attic. And my twin sister's coming in. I'm so excited about that.
She's only mentioned to me 19,000 times, I'm going to the attic. I'm going to the attic.
I told Molly to make a list, and I'll take pictures and call you.
Linen.
So I do want to get... I picked up this pattern. I think it's absolutely adorable. This is Fannies Flowers. Isn't that's
a cute name? That's a cute name.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see
Love
this
that. Right. And I also have fabric, so I'm going to get threads for this one. I'm going to stitch this one on 36 count winter brew, and I do have.
Trying to kill off the reflection.
Isn't that sweet?
That's very sweet.
I'm really pulled to big displays of flowers in the middle. This one also has that. Let me show you the fabric of it. So I do have to get threads for that when I get out there. So that'll be winter's brew. Pretty. Just mellow. Just very, very mellow. Nice pattern. She's got it done on the back, wrong way of the old one. And I just thought that was really pretty.
Yeah,
Really
that is
pretty.
really
Fannies
pretty.
Flowers.
Pretty color on the fabric.
I know. I think it'll be fun to put some thread with that. And then I did get, and I may start this one. This is kind of going into haul. Should I wait?
Oh no, I think
okay.
yeah, just.
So I did get this in the mail. This is Louisa Clark, and this was a country sampler exclusive at the time. But isn't that the colors on that pretty? And here's the threads for this. And I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
And then here's the fabric that came with the kit. So and that's a quickie. There's not a whole lot of stitching on that. So I'll fool around with that one. Maybe I'll take that one on the car ride.
Oh my
to the
gosh,
attic,
that's
but yeah,
pretty.
Love that
That's
one.
such
The
little
la-di-da.
thread. So that came as a kit?
Yeah, that came as a kit. And it's going to be a little difficult for me because it's going to be 2 threads over 2. And
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of 2 over 2.
What do you normally do?
One over on 18. I usually do it 18. This happens to be a larger count. I think this is a 32 count fabric. So it's a little different for me.
Okay.
But either I go smaller on the fabric. It won't fit in the frame. It came with the frame.
Oh wow.
So I have to.
So was this just what was wrapped around it?
Yeah, it was wrapped
Well,
in
that's
that.
well
And I
done.
thought the colors were so pretty.
That is well done.
So yeah.
Oh gosh.
So I'm good. I am good, Molly.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty.
You're up. Oh, I guess this is one more haul.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, here, I'll move this.
Oh, she's scared I'm gonna keep them. Rightfully so. I think I've showed you this before, but I did decide on a fabric, which is just an Ada oatmeal, I think. But here's all my threads. Whoop, hold on, all my threads. Let me show you. You can see, like, here's some of the little Patriotic thread drops I did from postcards. But
I love that.
I want to get the bird, when my little pin cushion done, I've got to get that Teresa Cogart done. That's just too pretty.
Cool.
But next on the list is this little Primrose Cottage Stitches Star Spangled Street, which I love. Now, I went to Hobby Lobby and they had a frame that I thought would have been perfect for it, except it was a 1/2 inch too. Not gonna work.
Not gonna cut it, huh?
Yeah, not gonna. And I could leave off something, I guess, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I'll be on the hunt for a frame. And then my only other haul so far. Let me see if I can find it in here. Hold on.
We have so much in front of us right now. It's crazy.
Oh, my only
crazy.
other haul is I bought 3 or 4 pieces of fabric from 123 Stitch, which is I think in Lewiston, Texas, or something. Which if you ordered.
Oh,
them
it came.
Oh yeah, it comes like in 2 days or something.
They're cool. I
Oh
love
wait,
those
backwards.
colors,
Hold on. I'm showing the chart. I thought I'd reached the other thing.
Love
Isn't that darling? Now I am not going to be doing little patchwork pillows like that. That's cute what she did. I love it. Very clever. That's not going to be what I do. This piece of fabric that I ordered, when I took it out of the package, I did not like the color. It was like, what the heck?
Did you dye it?
No, this came. It's color and cotton.
I kind of
Sidewalk.
like
Well, of course, it's pretty. So it's Sidewalk. So I'm going to be able to get at least 2 of those out of there. And what looks like to me on the pattern, it could be her photography, but it almost looks like she has 2 darker and 1 lighter in the picture.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I think I'm going to do. So 2 of them will be on this.
I really
And the threads
like
are
that
just
color.
a limited variety of threads.
That's called Sidewalk, huh?
This fabric was called Sidewalk. And then Hands On Design is the triple play pillows, which, if I understand right, she's hooked me in because there's going to be a fall set and a Christmas set. Yeah. So, there it goes.
My favorite, my favorite is this one. I like that one.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like them all.
And the
but-
one underneath is my second favorite. Those are the first 2 I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But, so I'm excited about that. Okay.
Cool.
What else you got, madam?
Well, I had one more thing come in the mail, and like I said, as long as I'm headed in the direction of a needlework store. Oh, say the ad.
One more time. Go ahead. Say it.
I thought this was so cute. Easter Peak Parade. Is that not adorable? And I don't have a lot of dark linen. So I don't have a clue what I'm going to be stitching this on or with, but isn't that the sweetest?
That is the sweetest. I love the
and
colors.
Easter's all over, and we're all thinking patriotic, and some of us are even moving into fall. But boy, when you find a cute little one like that, that might just have to bump its way in.
And I know Kathy's going to the attic.
I'm going to the attic.
I've heard that rumor.
I'm going to the attic.
And she's going to have all the fabric choices she needs.
Yes.
But I did, I looked through my dye the other day, and I don't have brown.
How can you not have brown?
That's what I'm saying. How can I not have brown? So that's really pretty. Okay, me next?
You're next.
Okay, so the other one, this was the pattern that I've showed y'all before, the Plum Street Summer Delivery. I just think it's so sweet, and it says 1776. I didn't like the fact that the fabric looks so pink here. So I had pulled all my threads. Got all my threads pulled and on cards. Is that no, this isn't the one. Let me see. Oh, look, I'm going to show y'all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's from that sampler.
Yeah. See, here's the thread drop I was talking about that I made. And I made sure when I printed it that I had Kathleen's name right in the middle.
It's pretty sneaky.
It's pretty. It's pretty sneaky, but it's pretty.
Sneaky.
Okay, so that was it. But what I did do was I dyed a piece of material, good old-fashioned Ada 14 count. So I dyed that myself.
And can I just say something here, Molly?
Sure.
Interrupt you? Mm-hmm. I have seen some of Molly's Ada dyed. Her dyeing process and what she ends up with is phenomenal.
I can't cook, but I can dye.
Honest to God, it's
but anyway,
just.
So I think that's going to be pretty.
Yeah,
on that.
That's a pretty color, and I love the modeling on there and the little splotches you've got going on. Just gorgeous.
Well, and if I'm looking at this right, some of the sheep and the horse and the quilt pieces are big enough that I think they'll stand up against the modeling. Is what I was thinking. Okie dokie, smoky.
And that on her Patriotic, her Uncle Sam that you stitched, that she dyed the blue. It's just gorgeous.
Oh, and that was that opulescent. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous.
When I was little, if you'd asked me if I like shiny and bling, I said, no, I don't want that. I'm such a tomboy. But now that I'm older, I'm like, ooh, let's have shiny on. So I'm dying opulescent. I don't know. It's crazy.
Did you miss something?
I think it's so I grew up into a sissy girl. Okay, what's next?
I really, okay, I guess I want to talk about, why don't you finish up your wannabes?
My wanna-dos. Okay. Well, I don't want to show you this again because I don't have the fabric yet, but it's coming.
Okay. Why don't you finish up with that, and then I'll talk a little bit about these.
Oh, okay, great.
And then I'll move into our little Patriotic whip.
Oh, the next thing I've got to find fabric for, and that's what, and I might be looking, I don't know if I'll do a pin doll or not, but this is, really cute. I've got to get that done before 4th of July. So that's it for me for summer. The only other haul thing I had was from 123 Stitch. I did get a couple of other pieces of material, and these are beautiful. That's this really one is hold on, well, just a second. It's Picture This Plus 14 count, and it's Legacy.
That's really pretty,
and that's beautiful. And their modeling is more subtle. It's not green, it's brown. For some reason the camera's showing green. But this is where this is beautiful, but it's easy to dye. I'm having fun just dyeing. So, and then this one, I think I have a use for it that I'm going to show you in a bit. It's from Picture This Plus, and it's gingerbread. Who doesn't want a piece of material called gingerbread?
That's really
pretty. Isn't that pretty? And again, Ada. But it's, no, I don't know if this is Ada. This is Lugana, I think. Tell me what that says.
That looks like Lugana. Yep.
It is Lugana. So this is not Ada. It's a
even weave.
Even weave. So I'm going to try that and see if my stress level goes down compared to the linen. That linen was a.
Yeah, good job on your linen piece. That was I just want to say one thing about the fabric, dyed fabrics. So people are, I'm sure many of you are already aware of this, but some of these fabrics are painted on. Some are printed on, and others are completely dyed through, where you have dye on both sides.
You've dyed the fiber.
Right, you dyed the fiber. So if you're looking at a piece that you want to stitch, and you maybe don't, it's maybe too much color or too much modeling on one side, you can always flip it.
Oh, good thinking.
Flip that fabric over and stitch your pattern or piece on the other side. Always look at both sides.
Okay.
I guess is what I'm saying. I'm not a big fan of the painted on. I'm not a big fan. I know there's beautiful ones out there. I'm not a big fan of the printed ones. I like my fibers to be dyed through for the most part. But I do look at both sides before I start which side. I don't care if there's a right or wrong side. I don't know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but I will go on the side that I like the
wood side.
Yeah.
There was one of the ladies that I watched her videos. She does Mirabilia and Nora Corbett and all. Her work is stunning. If I can find one of her YouTubes, I'll put it down below because she's phenomenal. But she had mentioned she's been buying all these gorgeous dyed fabrics. They're just stunning. But one of the ones she bought was dyed and painted, and she was having trouble stitching through the paint. It literally was like they had speckled it. They had speckled it with gold or something, I guess. And so she was having a little bit of a hard time. Yeah, a little bit of a hard time breaking through the gold paint.
Sometimes though, when you forget that you can turn that fabric over. You know, if it's dyed, you forget. It's over.
Okay, now.
So I have to say we had such a great response to our floss books, and I think quite a few have already made them, which is awesome. And I know some people were having trouble finding the tape. I got mine on Amazon, which hasn't come yet. It'll come. My roll will come on hopefully Monday. But tape, the hole punch. I think people were looking for that.
And I did see it at Hobby Lobby and Joann's.
Oh, did you? Okay. Oh, that's good.
Both had it on sale.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. Punches on sale or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So our next liking, if you will, when we showed some of our wares, if you will, was our thread beds, and this is going to be our next tutorial that we're going to do is thread beds, and this is just a way to keep your threads a little bit organized. This happens to be my winter one that opens up, and again, it's just felt on the inside. Molly does hers very similar to her floss books. She covers her edges. I like to distress. That's one thing I didn't mention on the video was I do distress with the Tim Holtz inks after I get done sanding. I had it sitting there but forgot to mention it. But yeah, I do like to distress. So we will be doing a video on these. Very similar. A couple things you can be looking for is obviously your paper, your fun embellishments, the felt that might match your paper. I did use tape to get my paper attached again, but and glue for the felt itself. So I thought I would just show you. That's that one. This is my spring one that I did. Again, this was with the felt on the inside of that one. And covered that book. And I showed my Patriotic one and my roses last time, but there's my Patriotic one. And my rose. I won't open the roses up. You guys get the idea. I'm not sure if we're going to tutorial. Either way, if you do a small one or a big one, doesn't matter. I mean, mine are made the same.
And so, hence the word scraps. Find what scraps you have. Yeah. And that's what size the book has to be. Kathy, I don't want to steal from your tutorial. This paper I recognize. These I recognize. What is this?
It's your paper.
That was my paper?
It's your paper. I found it really fast.
I've got to keep an eye on this one. I've got to keep an eye on this one.
And you want to know?
Look at the cute trim. I mean, like, how...
Talk about cute. Scraps. You know, I don't know where I got the saving thing from. It must have been probably my dad, maybe. I don't know, probably my dad. But this twill tape came from, you know when you buy, like, sheets? And they're, like, wrapped in twill tape? But this cool wide twill tape. It's like, I'm not throwing that out.
No kidding.
Look at me. I'm making thread beds now. Oh my gosh. Twill tape,
okay, get these pretty things. That's just pretty. And where did you, these colors of elastics?
That is fold over elastic and you can order that on Amazon. So once you find your paper, you can search for fold over elastic. A multitude of colors are out there.
So did you buy an assortment?
I think I just bought I think I picked a couple of colors. I think I bought a couple yards of each color, that kind of thing. So we'll be doing that one next.
And I love mine.
Yeah. We are having to refine how to keep it a little bit organized, the thread itself. But we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. So
are we ready? Yeah, we're saving the best for last, which is not this. When Kathy shows you some of the things she's done, it's going to blow your mind. But I get to cut in every once in a while. We talked about dyeing fabrics, and the other thing I want to share with you is I had bought. I had teased on one of the videos about. I think it's Liz from Country Stitchers showed these magazines.
Oh yeah,
which I'm like, I've got to have that magazine. No other magazine will do. Well, the heck with that. I bought a bunch of magazines, and I bought the Halloween, the last year Halloween from just
Just cross stitch.
Cross stitch, and I bought a DVD of 10 years of magazines from Just Cross Stitch, and it's 2001 to 2010. So those are some old ones. But I want to show you some of the things that I pulled from there, from the Halloween from last year and the other magazines. Really I'm not going to show you all of them, but I'm just going to show you kind of some of the ideas. This was the cover of the Halloween. The Halloween from. What would that be? 2020? I can't even think of where we are right now.
Sometimes it says on the very bottom. No, that one's not.
I think it was last year.
Okay.
But this particular pattern this particular pattern on this side, I was watching Kimberly Jolly from the Fat Quarter Shop the other day, and this was one of her favorite little patterns from the 2022 market. So I got it in the magazine, and I have cats, like 2 little cats. So if you could see what that is, it's pumpkins, and they're in the mood or whatever, and it's happy, angry, cat, sad, or whatever. So it's a cute little thing. So anyway, but what I've done is from those magazines, I have just printed all the ones I want to work on. But look at the cute collection for the price of that magazine that I got at Halloween. And this is where I want what Kathy was talking about earlier.
The fabrics are just gorgeous.
So I pulled some Ada, 2 with shiny, and I said I need the putrid green. Isn't that a horrible way to word it?
It's gorgeous.
But anyway, so I dyed a putrid green to get, and all of those patterns are little bitty ornaments, little bitty things. And so I'm going to be able to get 2 or 3 on that one. And then I dyed a purple, and I needed a mysterious potion purple, and all. That almost looks like a pumpkin face on there. Anyway,
oh, it does.
It does. Anyway, so I dyed the purple, and those 2 were had the shiny in them. I like that. And then this last one, I had to work a little bit to get the orangish. I wanted that's kind of flaming orange.
Yeah, it's on fire.
But anyway, so those are some of the fabrics I've dyed and I have plenty more to do. But I love finding the magazines. Yeah. So
there's some really cute things in some of them. The old cross stitch.
Let me see if I can find it.
Can I say that?
Cross stitch. Okay. So again, I bought some. I actually bought the magazines, from what do you call it, the secondary market or something, when people are selling old things. And one of the ones that Brooke Nolan, Uncle Sam,
Brooks
that's on the Brooks Books, was on the Chronic website, free. Look what was in this magazine. She did an angel that's really Liberty Angel. What does it say? Spirit of America Angel. I cannot wait to do her. Now she's done on paper, right? So there's actually layering. Her wings are a separate layer than her body. But what I've done is Kathy was helping. I'm run a copy of the chart
and the wings,
which were a separate pattern, and then I'm laid one over the other. I cut out her armholes, cut around her, and then I'm laying her over those wings so that I have one piece on.
So you can stitch it easy enough.
Stitch it easy enough. Yeah. And this was where I had dyed this piece of fabric, which I have not even ironed. How embarrassing is that? Bad girl. But anyway, and I didn't like the color. I did not like the color.
And look what's going to be perfect.
It is
there.
Exactly the color that she's on. So it worked.
It worked.
It was just lucky me. So I love her. And I like magazines. I found out that they're a wealth of
There's
stuff.
A lot of great value in those magazines.
There really are. I mean, I was amazed. So
well, and some of the older ones too. I even think they used to put recipes in them, and just.
Speaking of which, I belong to a couple of different clubs here in El Paso, and I do cards and scrapbooking and all this stuff. So of course everybody says, "Oh, you're the card lady. Oh, you're the scrapbooker," and now they're saying, "Oh, you use cross stitch." But one of the ladies who has grown to be a very dear friend of mine, her name is Margie. She doesn't watch Flosstube, but she calls me the other day and says, "Come to my house." Now she's older than me, and by a little bit, kind of slowing down on the drive, and so I drive her different places and all. So okay, so I'm going to Margie's house. She gives me a bag that has some old Good Housekeepings and old other magazines that have all kind of old ornaments and felt patterns and crochet patterns and things there, and the recipes
I bet.
in there. But I laughed. I was one of my openers said, "Oh my God, deja vu." I really felt like I'd seen it before. It was a Good Housekeeping from 1969 and one from 1973. I graduated high school in 74, so I think I've seen these. I think I've done these with my aunt before and all. So
that's
what
fun.
A treasure! What a treasure!
That'll be fun. I actually, as it gets closer to Christmas, want to share my absolute favorite recipe is my butter pecan fudge.
Oh my God! Oh,
I'm gonna bring that. I brought you some. I'm gonna bring that pan over. I think I make it like 5 or 6 times.
Are you gonna tell them what one of the things we were talking about doing in July?
Oh, we want to do Christmas in July.
And share recipes too.
Yeah, and share recipes. Yeah, we got to get rid of Christmas in July. We got to start.
Fudge she's talking about.
It's
Yum
really
merch.
good. And it's, oh my gosh, it's so easy to make.
Okay, now I wanted to find the one other one, Kathy.
Yes.
And then it's all up to you, kid.
All right, we're gonna be whipping the parade.
I'm almost there. Okay, this was the other thing I found in the magazine, and it's from. It's not from today. It's from a while back. I don't know what year. Hold on, I apologize. Let me see if I can find the year real quick.
Okay.
2010. So this one was actually in my DVD that I got.
Yeah.
But I had also previously bought the magazine from the secondary market. I don't know if this looks old fashioned to anybody else or not, but I love these three wise men.
Very,
Wait a minute.
I don't want to say regal.
That's what and I love the border. I'm going to find a frame like that.
Yeah.
It's going to be on that bluish gray. Anyway, so that was my spiel on magazines.
And
oh my God.
There are
I
people
think
who
it cost me $1.
Yeah, who collect and who stitch just the kings.
Just the kings.
Just the 3 kings. And it's, if you search, it's amazing how many different designs there are out for the kings.
I don't know who designed this pattern. Do you see?
It usually does tell you.
Carol Emmers.
Carol Emmer of Star Wonder Celebrates the Visit.
And she actually uses the word elegant. But I don't know that she uses beads on there. But I have to tell you, I think those guys
very cool
are going to have a few beads on their robes. So anyway. Okay. So how you doing, Kathy? What else you got left?
I know. Yeah. It's a great way to dust. Everything off your wall. So I think I'm going to start with this little box that I bought. Let me just move my drink here. Some of this stuff came in this box. A lot of it didn't. I added to it. So this is my Patriotic box that sits in my bedroom. And it's very tippy, so I'm going to be careful. Now, I added the stickers. Uncle Sam I added. I made the Blackbird pin cushion. Actually, it's all Blackbird. This is all Blackbird. Oh, tilt. Now, I'll get a close-up, but the back of it is the star. And that's a Blackbird design as well. And I'm going to kind of go through here a little bit one by one. This is the pin cushion that's in their new book. This was originally sold singly. Mm-hmm. You have it.
Yes, ma'am. And I printed it to hopefully get to.
Yeah. And I have the pin. Mm-hmm. The actual pin. I don't know how I found it. Searched Etsy or whatever. Mm-hmm. Of course, you have to have an old wood hoop to make it pretty, blue and red. This pin cushion, of course, is adorable. We've got the little thread organizer.
Wait, look at the pin. I love the pin she has on there.
Yeah.
And the trim.
Yeah, I put the pins and what have you on.
Oh my gosh.
I found some trim that has the inches and on it. Uncle Sam sits in there and kind of guards it all. I think he's cool.
He's darling. Cool? He's just darling.
Cool. And then, of course, everyone has to have a couple pair of red scissors.
Where do you find red scissors? I mean, you just
I got these at the attic. I'm sorry. It's just the best. And then a gal, Samplers Through Time, which is on Facebook, sells a lot of OP samplers and what have you. And I found this. A gal had this out there, and I'm like, that's got to go in my box. It's a needle holder. Isn't that cool?
It's very cool. It's just unbelievably cool.
So then, now that all the stuff's out, I can show you the box better. And I just thought that was really cool.
That is really cool.
I put some wool on the bottom, but it goes really nice in my Patriotic bedroom. And then, of course, I added the sticker. See, I liked scrap, Molly, before you even got here. Now, I probably would have Tim Holtz the edges on that stuff, but I didn't know any better back then.
I know it's good for something.
Yeah.
I brought Tim Holtz in your life.
Tim Holtz is now in my life.
Yeah.
So it's fun to kind of collect and kind of go from there. Then, I have a few samplers hanging on the wall. This happens to be put out by Just Cross Stitch, and I absolutely love this one, but now I'm Susanna King. The thing that, okay, so This sampler is in a book of many samplers put out by Just Cross Stitch. I don't know that it's even available anymore. I started this thing, and I will tell you, I got tired of working on it because these flowers here are honeycombed stitched. And I think I did this on 35 count, which means that it's really tedious. So I put it away, and sometimes you have to do that. Put it away, pulled it back out, and it is probably my most absolute favorite Patriotic sampler. I love that one, the Liberty sampler. And if you notice that it dates Harper's Ferry on there.
Oh,
Yep. So some little bit of history on that one. Absolutely love that. And again, that's from here's the book. 7 historical samplers. Probably can find it on the secondary market. But probably, and I think yes, the eagle is around the eagle is freehand embroidery. But I love that one. It's just so cool. So
I'm going to try and get close.
Okay.
Look at the stitching.
Yeah.
On the houses.
That's a fun one. That's a very fun one.
Guys, I'm sitting here looking at this. The other day I was stitching on my little Uncle Sam or something else is silly. And I'm sitting here watching a YouTuber. You know, of course I watch Carol from the Saltbox Stitcher. She's on just almost constantly because I love listening to her and seeing her work. But there was a woman I was listening to, and I want to tell you it was Handwork Maniac.
Oh, I don't know what
I think it was Handwork Maniac. I'll link her below. Her whip parade was the most stunning and full coverage. Samplers and full coverage. I'm sitting here, I'm laughing, making my little Uncle Sam watching these things.
Molly, you were too hard on yourself. Your stitching is beautiful, and my gosh, you just got back into it, and you're having fun, and that's the important thing.
Oh my God.
Speaking of a couple people that I'm going to throw this out here really quick. There have been a couple of YouTubers that have mentioned us. Can't thank you enough. I know Carol Saltbox Stitcher mentioned us. The Sisterlies mentioned us.
Needle and Flax.
Needle and Flax mentioned us. Brenda and Laura mentioned us. We are thrilled to be here in this community, and hopefully we can bring some things to the table to excite all of you stitchers and scrappers out there as well. And we're here just to share the fun stuff. Right?
Okay, Kathy.
Yeah.
So, just everybody watch your expression. So I'm thinking we have, you were talking about Christmas in July. I'm thinking one of the things, because so many of those other stitchers bring so much to my life, the Sunshine Stitcher. I mean, I'm just thinking of so many, the Sunshine Stitchers from Florida and all, that educate me and train me and teach me and all. Of course, I have Kathy next door. So I'm thinking, y'all don't have Kathy next door. But why don't we say we start a thing?
Oh, gosh.
Where, like, in the comments, y'all are asking a lot of questions, but I'm telling you, the comments are coming fast and furious, and I'm having trouble keeping up.
They really
if you could put AK in capital letters. Kathy, is that okay?
Yeah.
Ask Kathy. Put AK, how do you blah? AK, what kind of thread do you use? AK, something like that. Then I could search.
Yeah,
and we could have, in the next videos or so, Kathy could answer some of those.
Right.
I can't guarantee I'll catch all of them, but she's right here.
She's
right here.
I'm not an expert by any sense of the word.
But you're one of the experts.
I'm honest to God self-taught cross-stitcher. In fact, if you look at my stitches, I don't know that I ever shared this with you, Molly, my stitches go in the opposite direction.
You learned while you were in jail. Oh, no.
Yeah, no. My stitches go in the opposite direction, and I like to stitch in a row and come back. Row and come back. But my top stitch goes from bottom left to top right. Why? I have no idea. But that's how I taught myself.
But when you look at patterns, like, while most of them go a certain direction, some of them do. I don't know if they've reversed their picture or if that's.
I even stitch upside down. I'll turn it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we'll get into that down the road.
But I'm just thinking that ask Kathy if y'all have a question.
Yeah, just
because I know how
much
I appreciate her teaching me, and I appreciate Carol teaching me, and Brenda and Laura teaching me, and
it helps.
The sunshine. I'm telling you, all of it
makes it fun. Yeah, makes it fun.
Michelle, I can't.
Somebody
Michelle,
asked too about the pins that I use. It's 3/4 inch stainless steel pins with the head. Call your local not your local needle workshop, your local framer, and ask him to order his pins if you find out that he pins, or you're gonna have to find a framing shop that pins. But they come in a box, but on a roll. And you'll get a roll of, I don't even know how many, a couple thousand pins. And unfortunately, I have this container that fits the roll perfectly, so I don't keep the box. And I know who my framer would be if I needed to get something cut by him or whatever. I ordered my pins from him. So you're just going to have to call a frame shop. Total Framing, she pins. So hopefully they'll work with you to order pins if you want to order them in bulk is what I do.
Now, the reason I'm looking at you is when I was looking at Vonna Pfeiffer's thing on the flat folds, I didn't think of this. Instead of just gluing your trim on, she glues and then pins it in place with those little pins. Yeah. So I go to Walmart, the king of local needle shops there, and I'm looking for these pins, and I bought a little bitty container of, for $3 or $2, but they are nickel plated steel. That's not good. It has to be stainless.
That would work. Mine just happened to be
because they're 3/4 inch. They look like this. Can I show you?
Yeah.
They were in of course they have a label
as
around
them.
As long as they have
a decent. Yeah, that's fine. I would probably.
They're Dritz brand.
I would probably go with a flat, and those look like they're flat enough. You want to have enough of a head on that pin so that it doesn't get lost in the foam core when you're pinning.
But I don't want it to rust is the other thing.
We don't want it to rust, right?
So these are nickel-plated steel. It's not stainless steel, but...
So that, thanking everybody that shouted out about us. We're thrilled about that. It's an exciting thing.
Truly honored. For me, it was that was such an honor to be even...
So this was one that has quite a bit... And I stitched this one a while ago. It's got quite a bit of over one on it. It's kind of a weird one, but it spoke to me. Again, an old antique frame. This one is called the American Eagle Sampler. Oh, there we go.
I'm sorry, I'll keep saying
That's okay. And this is done by Handwork Samplers, again called the American Eagle Sampler. I'm sure I stitched this probably on a 36 count. At the time, I could not tell you the linens that I used, or did I stay true to the threads? I don't know. But this is the pattern. And for those of you looking for OOP patterns, obviously, wrong way. Obviously, the secondary market is many times where you have to go. But I have also had good luck reaching out to the designer themselves to find out, has anyone purchased the rights to their patterns that maybe they're going to be printed again, or are they willing to sell you a pattern that they might have already in their backlog of whatever.
And perhaps everyone on the planet knows this but me. Well, when you say the secondary market, it sounds like I'm going to a street corner going, psst, psst, I got me a pattern. Where are you talking about the secondary market? So,
obviously eBay, Etsy.
Okay.
And then there is some of the Flosstube groups, Stash Unloads, Stash Unloading, Cross Stitch Only, Samplers Through Time. Those are all places that you can look.
And those are on eBay or?
Those are on Facebook.
Facebook
groups.
Okay, Facebook.
And many have an out of print in search of file, but you have to follow their rules and what have you. So you're going to have to take a look at each one of those. But
okay, because I think I found some of my magazines on Facebook.
And if they're not available, it's a great, if you really want to hunt it down, great chance to look. So this one again, Handwork Samplers, the American Eagle. That's that one. And then I know, isn't that one cool?
Beautiful.
And then everyone's going to know this.
I have that pattern.
I know. It's Blackbird. Everyone's got Blackbird. This is America. I'm not a big fan. When I framed this one had to have a mat cut because it was too far from the edge of the frame for me. But I
so what are you not a fan of?
I don't like the mats.
Oh,
I'm
mats.
not a fan of mats. But this one I'm okay with.
Okay, I thought you were saying you weren't a fan of the whole thing. I'm like, that's beautiful.
I love this. This was a Hog River frame. Again, they're not producing them, but Hog River frame. And I did antique it a little bit more to kind of fit the...
That is so pretty.
The frame is cool.
Again, if you don't mind,
nope,
Shorty
you go right ahead.
Shorty Party.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Kathy, that's so pretty. The colors are just
the colors are like
luscious.
That one too.
And look at that frame.
That goes awesome in my little Patriotic.
Oh, okay. And this pattern is in that.
Yep, that's in that book too.
I've got that.
Same as the pin cushion.
That's one of the ones I have. I've got a stack of some things I wasn't showing you, but some other things I've matched up linens and threads too, and all to do. This is one of them.
I like that one too.
Can I call it a sampler if I do it?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It could be Molly's first sampler.
It could be my first sampler.
We have to party.
Look, that little bitty linen when I did. I called that my first sample, and it's this big.
So this little guy is, I stitched him quite a while back. He just sits on the little, my little dresser or whatever. This is by the American Heritage Series by Homespun Elegance. This is a Sandra Sullivan design.
I love how you phrase the edge.
Yep, I'm sure it's OOP, but something you can, look at when I stitched that. Did I even have kids then? Was I married? What year does it say on there?
90.
90. I did have kids then. But I was working at the needle workshop, I'm sure.
Oh my
Back in
gosh!
Wisconsin.
And one of the comments that made me think of one of the comments was from a lady who was from your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
And we've had a comment. I
Couple
hope she's
of
here.
them.
I think it's Michelle.
Yeah,
Who's here in El Paso.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
And some lady from Las Cruces, which is just a hop, skip, and a
There's a
jump
couple in
from
El
there.
Paso here now.
And I love
Couple
going
in
to
El
Las
Paso.
Cruces, so I'm looking for an excuse to go
Because
back
we
up
like
there
to go eat at the La Posta.
and shop at the stores.
Yeah.
the
So
fabric
that
stores.
is, again, Sandra Sullivan, Homespun Elegance. It could be OOP, I don't know. You guys are going to have to look and see what you see, but.
He's got a. So what did you stitch there?
Yes, I did I don't think it's the nun stitch. I think I just did a back stitch on to be able to frame together. So that it just it's just a little pocket or a little, I don't know, there might even be some lavender or something in there back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that one. Okay, and since this one's up, this is not necessarily patriotic, but it sure is cute looking and patriotic to me. This is Annabelle Clay. And again, this is one that I framed in an old antique one. And this is by the City Stitcher. Again, it might be OOP, but I love it. And back in my old house, she hung on my back hall.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it was cute. Red, white, and blue, little horsey there.
Oh gosh, that's
Annabelle.
darling. If it's navy and red, it is patriotic, huh?
And everybody knows this one. This is a Merrily Beams. And I do too love this one. This is next to my big Liberty one there with Harper's Ferry, but this one.
Oh, which I put down here.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorites. I know this is, I believe this is out of print. And if I'm not mistaken, I think McKenna, and I forget what year she's using, 1888, is trying to buy up some of the, I don't know, some of the rights to be able to republish some of these again. I don't know, but just keep your ears and eyes open for that. But again, this is Merrily Beams, Pride
Sorry,
and Liberty. Oh,
I want to look at it myself.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
That is stitching right there. That looks like a
Yeah.
piece of denim fabric.
That's stitched. That one I didn't put a back. I didn't put a dust
Oh my god.
cover on.
That's
that one I
almost
did.
as old
This
as
one I
my
did.
son.
Yeah, I like
This
that
is
one.
almost as old as my son.
Look at how we liked those kinds of things even when we first started to stitch.
Oh my god.
This one is Little House Needleworks, and I intentionally did that on that linen because I really wanted the blue, funky blue to kind of come through on this. Like, again, this is Little House Needleworks. This one is called Battle Hymn of the Republic. It is the Battle Hymn. You running out of room here now?
Yeah, I don't want to touch anything.
This is the Battle Hymn of the Republic pattern by Little House Needleworks. And again, I stitched this on a color that I liked and the thread that I liked. It doesn't show up really well here, but it does show up on the wall. Very nice as far as the song goes. Maybe I can get a little bit closer.
Oh, Kathy, that's
I really
pretty.
like that one too. And the frame, I framed that one too. I didn't put a dust, I can't show the back because I didn't put a dust. I didn't put a dust cover on it. So.
Oh, look, but I'm showing on her.
Yeah. And
Kathy, that is stunning.
I know, I like that one too.
I love that. Your work is stunning, but the fabric is
The
pretty
fabric is
too.
cool. I liked it with those colors.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm gonna
And
leave this
this
somewhere. I
one-
wanted to have one frame damage another frame. Oh, look.
This one is Abigail Harrison. Again, this one might be out of print, and if I recall, this one is somehow related to a president.
Oh.
If I recall reading when I read the history. So this one is by R&R Reproductions, like Abigail Harrison. And the reason I liked it so much was because of the flag and the little log cabin. But two, if I'm not mistaken, and it's been a while since I've looked at this, I think she stitched this when she was 8, but I think there's a relationship to a president somehow. So that's Abigail.
You think the young lady stitched it when she was 8?
She did stitch it when she was 8, says so. 1841 at age 8.
That's unbelievable to me.
And I stitched this one under green. Again, I framed this one. It fit perfect. I don't get too fancy with my frame, but they should have a dust cover on the back. And this is it by R&R Reproductions. Let me just get that. I'm not going to dive for it here, but
look how cute it says this work ended January 29th, 1841. She dated when she ended it.
And that's by R&R Reproductions. I just thought it was cute.
It is very sweet.
Yeah. Just cute. So
the colors are so beautiful.
And then I think, I might have two more. Oh, a friend stitched this for me. This is by Chessie and me. Isn't that cute?
That is darling.
This was from her cat. A friend of mine that unfortunately has passed away. Her name was Kathy too, but she stitched that for me. I don't know. We did like little cross stitch exchanges or whatever for birthdays and what have you. So, but I know that I remember this being a Chessie and me. And then I have one more, and this one is Sweet Land of Liberty by Mill Hill. I guess I should get that bowl out of there. And that's actually, I did stitch that one on paper. It's a Mill Hill kit. And I have seen, if you go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, Silver Needle, actually Jan Hicks just did a Tulsa, Oklahoma Silver Needle visit. And many of these Mill Hills are stitched on linen now versus the paper. This happens to be, I stitched it on the paper that it came with the kit. I framed it with this is punch tin. Tin that I use, can't really see that, but, and I kind of like that it rusted a little bit.
And, I told you I've started doing some metal work. Matter of fact, one of the ladies, one of the Repajado ladies is coming next Friday to my house. We're going to work on some metal stuff. I may try to make a frame thing like that.
I'll be at the attic.
And I thought, never mind.
Okay. I was like, can I come? And I'm like, I can't come. I can't come.
Hide in her trunk. Is this leftover thread or you chose threads?
No, I think that. I don't know.
If that's what, excuse me, if that's leftover thread, that's a chunk of thread left over.
I don't recall. There's a lot of beading in there.
I love beading.
Yeah.
I like beads on things. I don't like beading.
I don't know if you can see the beads, but there's beads. Beads on the house.
The trees are beads.
The trees are beads. The roof's beads. And down here they're kind of scattered throughout, so that's hanging in my room too. I have a couple other large samplers in my Patriotic bedroom. It was 2 trips.
Yes.
And
I always feel so bad. I feel like I need to put a backdrop of, as if I have a wall of samplers.
One of those dummy elevators that we just shoot back and forth.
I need samplers back here.
I think that's all I brought today.
Oh my gosh, Kathy, these things were
lovely. I have no more right now.
Thank you so much for coming and bringing these things. They're just treasures, just absolute fun. Treasures.
It's kind of I do have a love for Patriotic, and as we get to those summer holidays, anyway, starting with Memorial Day, I think everyone kind of gets that good feeling and what have you. So the Patriotic, and a lot of us come out. We want to show that in our stitching
and so your Christmas in July, what you thinking?
I'm thinking pecan fudge.
Oh, we just want an excuse to bake. We're just looking for an excuse to bake our Christmas favorites. That's what it is. The heck with this.
I have quite a few Christmas ones that I stitch, and I have a hard time putting them away. Couple I have kept out, but
we got to do a giveaway at some point. Now I'm not ready today, but I'm thinking, what is that, like 3 weeks away or something? By then we got to do something.
And look what Holly found for me. I'm in love. My tool.
Look, I got her one of those little pincushion things so she can show me how to make a pincushion. And while I was there, they had one of those.
If you watch the video of our tutorial on floss books, that is the ultimate tool, and I couldn't find one.
You put it on your finger, and wherever you go, it cuts. Kind of thing. So
it's gonna be handy when we all get together and make our thread beds.
Yeah.
So if you ladies are out there, she got this at Hobby Lobby.
I got it at Joann's.
Oh no,
Joann's.
Joanne, because Hobby did not have them. Yeah, so at Joann's. But this is it, people, and it works great. You can see that little knife there, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
And I probably said this last time, and I got excited for a minute. I thought, I have found a local needlework shop, LNS as they say, but it was in Lubbock.
Really?
And I thought, well, I could go to Lubbock. I looked up, it's 5 hours.
Oh, that's 5 hours. Yeah.
Well, heck, the attic's
Then
5 hours.
Then you might as well go to the attic.
The attic's
much,
5 hours.
Much
but,
better to go to
I'm
the
sure
attic.
they're both good,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go to the attic.
Yeah.
So, and I tell you, I just love, for some reason, it's usually at 2 in the morning. Like I've gone through Carol's, the Saltbox teachers videos, watched a few
And then you
Laura's.
can't fall asleep.
And then all of a sudden I get to watch some of the attic ones. They haven't done a lot of videos, but boy, the ones they've done.
She texted me one morning. It was like 7 o'clock. I'm going to bed. Good night. And it was the morning of that I came over here and she showed me all this excitement going on. I mean, you could feel it in this room. I'm like, oh, she couldn't fall asleep because she's got a million things that she wants to stitch. So
I do.
That's good.
Well, I got to catch up. Like
She has to catch up.
You know, but when they show at the attic, Kathy was sweet enough to say when she goes, you know, that she'll send me pictures or something, whatever. But when they go around their table with all the fabric on it, I actually try to get through the TV screen.
Do you go like really slow? Do you like slow it down so you can see?
Oh yeah. Well, and some of these videos are 2 years old.
Oh yeah.
But I want that. Oh, I want that.
Yeah.
No, I have to have that because I have to tell you, ordering online, which you know they come quick.
It's
but
tough.
you see, I'm ordering little pieces because I don't know what color that is.
Right.
You know,
it's tough to get, and every screen and every camera comes across a different color and what have you. But
okay.
So, but I promise I will.
Oh my gosh.
Reach out to
I need some fabric.
I'll reach out to you.
Oh, I have a question for y'all. I asked Kathy this question. I want to ask y'all. I've got a fall. I don't think I brought it in here. Oh, poop. It's something Quaker sampler. It's like just a beautiful pattern of little quilt squares and little motifs, and it's done in fall colors. Oh, that pattern. And I looked.
Was that a Rosewood Manor design?
I think it was.
Okay.
I think it was.
Yeah.
It's really pretty, but the cover they show it in like oranges and browns and golds and all that stuff. It's just beautiful.
Manor.
But has anybody used Threadworks thread with an X on the end instead of a K? Threadworks.
Yeah.
They have on 123 Stitch site. They have some of the most beautiful colors of sunset and pumpkin and fall spice and.
I want a job naming the colors.
I want a job touching them. I just want to go touch all the colors.
Pecan pie.
Pecan pie
fudge.
Pecan fudge.
Yeah.
But if anybody has used Threadworks thread and has an opinion, please share with me because I've started putting in my cart the colors I want. Before I mortgaged the house, I thought I better get better find out if these are good threads. And I probably could just start because the sampler is done in different colors. Right. But in my mind, I'm thinking some of those large motifs, I just want to do it in over-dye thread that has not just shades of orange, but shades of orange, brown, and gold or something. Anyway, so thread works. If anybody's used it, let me know what you think. Okay, Miss Kathy.
And don't forget to
like, subscribe, comment. Thank y'all. From the bottom of my heart, I'm gonna get
mine too.
Kathy's too. Y'all's comments are like
a lot of fun to read, and we do read them all. I try to put like a heart or a. We saw it. We don't. Unfortunately, it's tough to comment on all of them. There's just been many, and I would imagine that'll slow down at some point. My Instagram is blowing up too.
Oh, Kathy asked me last time. I have my Instagram set on public.
No, yours is public.
So yes, there's been quite a few, and I feel bad because, like the other day, I was going around the house. I have some cute little vignettes set up of patriotic, snippets of things, and I want to start. I need to get some pictures up on Instagram because they're cute, and I love seeing y'all's. So I feel like I need a payback. Y'all share y'all's. I need to share mine.
Share back.
But I cannot express gratitude enough for and all. But anyway, okay. If you have any ideas, please share them with us. Looking forward to the next one. Oh my God, Kathy's not gonna let me keep these, so she's got to. We gotta make 2 trips back. And she literally lives just next door. We need to cut a window.
We do. Slide.
Make a little thing. But it's a pleasure as always. Hope you enjoy. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah.
Yep. We'll see you next time, and appreciate your visit.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.